Hello YouTube! Because of the holidays, I wanted to do something nice for you guys. Something that you've been asking me for years? Yeah, it's been years. I'm gonna do a bookshelf tour. I know. I don't know why it's been so long. I don't know why I've never done it. There was a part of me that thought that a bookshelf tour seemed boring. I didn't understand why people just wanted me to film my bookshelf. Since I've gotten more and more into BookTube, I'm starting to get it. I get it a little more. And so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it right now. I clean my room a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit for this. Alright, here we go. So this is my bookshelf. This is my main bookshelf. On top I've got fun things like this thing of my name that I've had since I was a child, and a picture from BlizzCon 2011, and the Groob, and some My Little Ponies, and a picture of me and my best friends. Then you go down and I've got all these books. So we're gonna start on the top. These top two shelves are books that I have yet to read. That's how I've organized my life. This is my TBR right here. There's a lot. Alright, here we go. So right over here, they're not really in any order. Just sort of like what looks nice. So right on the end I've got Speak, and then two Maureen Johnson books, The Last Little Blue Envelope and The Name of the Star. I haven't read either of them yet. I know. Then I have Cinder and Middlesex, Shadow and Bone, Wither, two of the Great and Terrible Beauty books. The first one and the last one. I don't really know what happened there. I've got Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn. I've got The Incorrigible Children of Ashton Place. World War Z, this is a little zombie section. I got World War Z and the Zombie Survival Guide. Veronica Mars book. A Northern Light. I've got Hazed, which I believe is a graphic novel, so that's probably on the wrong shelf. We'll get to that. The Other Side of the Island, All the Truth That's in Me, Belzar, This Is What Happy Looks Like. We've got The Night Circus, Dowry by Czech Palahniuk, Schizo, Rosehead, Endgame. We've got a Stephen King book in there, Ready Player One, and a picture book called I Am Abraham Lincoln that I got at VidCon. Alright, here is shelf number 2 of books I have yet to read. This one over here is brand new. This is The Art of Tangled. I'm so excited. This was an early Christmas present to myself. I have Women After All, which is a feminist book. I have, oh, this is funny. Avenging Amethyst is a book that someone used a picture of me on the cover of. Get back in there! Oh, I didn't even talk about this other stuff. This is my dice collection. This has been around since my 5 Awesome Girls days. This is the one I used on 5 Awesome Girls. These are just a bunch of dice. This is a set of really cool ones that Joe got me that stack. This one is awesome. This one has the names of the 5 Awesome Girls on it. So Leanne, Kristina, 5AG, Haley. And then over here I have a little thing for making paper stars, and then you make the paper stars and then you put them inside of this. Okay, back down here we've got Unwind and Unholy, the first 2 books in the Unwind series by Neil Shusterman. We've got The Pomegranate Lady and Her Sons, Silent Echo, Paper Valentine, Love and Other Foreign Words, Naked by David Sedaris, End Times, Popular, Conversion. This star won't go out is only on the shelf because I read it in small bits, and so every time I want to read a little bit of it, I just pull it off the shelf, put it back on. We've got Whodunit, another compilation of short stories. This is just the jacket from My True Love gave to me because I'm reading it right now. Pennyroyal Academy, which is a book with a gorgeous cover that I'm really excited to read. I have Men Explain Things to Me by Rebecca Solent. I've got The Silence of Six, which I have read, but is somehow still on the shelf. Whoops. I have The Evolution of Mara Dyer, which I can't wait to read really soon. I have Princesses Behaving Badly, which I actually won in the Dewey's 24-hour readathon. I have Saga Volumes 2 and 3. I have The Novel Cure, which I'm pretty excited about. I have, this is a new one, The Last Girlfriend on Earth. I have, these were 2 unsolicited ARCs that I got that look pretty cool. Hades and Land of Careful Shadows. And The Beginning, which is a book written by a fan of mine who sent it to me just the other day. And also I have this sparkly Space Needle flask that my mom got me. Okay, coming down a shelf. First I'll talk about the toys. This is a Pikachu that Joe and I painted together when we went to Mexico. My Polyjuice Potion flask, some lip balm, a little 8-bit perler bead version of Avery from Job Hunters, my kitten bookmark, and my caffeine mug from NaNoWriMo. This is my graphic novel shelf. So I have Bunny and the Moon, The Art of Tara McPherson, Batman the Killing Joke, I have Smut Peddler, which I kickstarted and I'm pretty pumped about. Wow, this camera is heavy. Whew. Okay, I got Bear Tato and the Incredible Event because I love the Bear Tato comics. The Stuff of Legend, book 1. I have the Serenity comic book. I have most of Buffy season, oh, they're all falling. No! Okay, I have most of Buffy season 8, which I have not read yet. I'm terrible. More Buffy and Angel comics. I have a Dollhouse comic. Sorry, Avery, you have to go. Some Dark Horse stuff. I've got the first volume of The Walking Dead, Joss Whedon's Frey, which is really good if you haven't read it, Sex Criminals, Saga Volume 1, Rat Queens Volume 1, Hinterkind, Through the Woods, Teen Boat, Babysitter's Club graphic novel, and Lost at Sea. Then over here I have, well, that all just fell. These are a stack of comics from Free Comic Book Day. I've read all of them, but they're just the ones that I liked, and I couldn't get rid of them quite yet. This is my TBR jar, which I never use. These are a bunch of video games that I'll be talking about in an upcoming video. And this is my giant Japanese fashion magazine that I love. My arm needs a break, man. This shelf is the second one closest to the bottom. This is a bunch of really, really random stuff. Let's see. All right, I've got a red velvet cupcake candle. We'll just move that for now. Lady Cottingham's pressed fairy book, which is something from my childhood that I really loved. I've got a book on cross stitch. That is something that I want to pick up again. I used to do it when I was younger, but I haven't done it in a long time. Art book by my friend Frankie. He's wonderful. I have a Better Homes and Gardens beef recipes cookbook that my grandmother gave me. Dracula. I have this really, really pretty compilation of the Hitchhiker's Guide books. I have the Post Secret anthology, the very first one that ever came out. I think I got that in high school. I have Falling Up, of course, by Shel Silverstein. I have this YouTube book written by Alan Lastewka back in the day. He mentions 5 awesome girls in this book, so of course I needed a copy. I have this book on makeup that my friend Ariana gave me. Machine of Death, of course. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I've got the 4-Hour Work Week. I have Dick and Jane and Vampires. I have this really, really pretty illustrated version of Snow White. Yours is the Earth is a book by my friend Mary Sturgeon. NaNoWriMo book, of course, No Plot, No Problem. Pride and Prejudice. Last Book in the Universe. Basic 8, which I loved. Perks of Being a Wallflower. Slaughterhouse-5, The Giver, Assassin's Apprentice, which is a book that my friend Megan lent me because it was her favorite, and I'm sorry Megan, I haven't read it yet. I have, of course, The Babysitter 4. I don't know why I have 4, but R.L. Stine's other series that he wrote around the same time he wrote Goosebumps. I Am Morgan Le Fay was one of my favorite books as a kid, and so I of course still have that. I have a book called F, I'm in my 20s, which someone got me when I turned about that age. Okay, toys. I have this letter opener that my brother got me that is a lizard a long time ago. That was really cute of him. I have Fruit Stripe gum. That is not a thing that's usually on my bookshelf. That is just there right now. I have this giant grenade piggy bank that Joe got me because of Job Hunters. Little Caro-Barros plushie from Card Captors. And this is a little squeaky, it's not squeaking right now, but a toy that Joe got me one time when I went to the doctor for a scary appointment about my vocal nodes, and he took it out of the little kid box for me because he's nice. Okay, let's see, what do I got here? Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. I've got a couple books on writing books, writing for children, how not to write a novel. I have Red, which is a book that has a story in it that Haley G. Hoover wrote, because I'm a good friend. I've got The Phantom Tollbooth. I've got The Best Christmas Pageant Ever. This old book called Ghost Island that I got at a book sale. Shrinklets. It's pretty cool. Go Ask Alice. How to Get Along with Boys is like an old-fashioned-y book. Angus Thongs and Full Frontal Snogging, of course, was one of my favorite books as a kid. All My Friends Are Dead. Midsummer Night's Dream. This is actually, oh, I'm going to show this to you. This is actually the super marked up version that I used when I did this show. Helena is neat, it says across the top. My friends and I are really into these label makers. It says down here, memorize me. So if you look through, it's all highlighted for my Helena lines. The Catcher in the Rye, that's my copy from high school. Chinese Cinderella, which I read in middle school and I really liked. And of course, Anne Frank, The Diary of a Young Girl. So you think we're done right now, don't you? You think we're done? No, that is just my first bookshelf of 3. Let's go. So this bookshelf is a new addition. I got this recently because this one was no longer big enough. I filled it up immediately, obviously. So the top here has my Sailor Moon wig because I needed a place to keep it. It has a couple of candles, has my Future Twilight figurine that I got at PAX this last year, and a Harry Potter trunk frame that has no picture in it because I'm lazy. All right, shelf number 1. These are more of my favorite books. So this is a sock puppet that someone made of me on tour one time. She's kind of stayed around. I've got Funko Pops. I've got Mikasa from Attack on Titan. I've got Daenerys. I've got Mrs. Potts and Chip, and of course, Dancing Groot. Over here, we've got the Uglies trilogy, Uglies, Pretties, and Specials. I've got my UK edition of The Hunger Games, which I really like these covers. I really like them. I read these books for the first time when I was in the UK, and so those were just the covers that I got, and I just like them, and so I don't even own the other ones. I like those more. I have the Selection and the Elite. The one is currently not here because I'm lending it to a friend. Same with Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. I don't have Hollow City because I'm lending it to Joe. The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer is over here because I've already read it. Divergent is here. I had Allegiant and Insurgent, but I actually got rid of them because I didn't like them very much. But I like Divergent, so I kept that one. I let it stay. Afterworld. God, Sailor Moon, your hair is just in my way. Afterworld by Scott Westerfeld. Anne and the French Kiss. I have in the original, or in the new cover, as well as Isla, but I don't have it for Lola, so I have the old one just kind of shoved in there. And then I have Matched and Reached by Ali Condi. Crossed is not here because, again, I'm lending it to a friend. Next shelf, again, Sailor Moon's hair just mucking it up. But over here we have My Golden Snitch, we have Buffy, and also The Abominable Snow Monster, Funko Pops. Over here I have Horror Store, which is a book that I loved and read recently. The Here and Now by Anne Brashares. We have Atlantia by Ali Condi. We got Landline by Rainbow Rowell. Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell. I love her. We have The Merciless by Danielle Vega. Snuff by Chuck Palahniuk. Why We Broke Up by Daniel Handler and Myra Coleman. These Broken Stars. Love that book. Then The Virgin Suicides, Beauty Queens, Choke by Chuck Palahniuk, Delirium, The Graveyard Book, Feed, you can't even see it, Ask the Passengers, and then 13, this is sort of my like John Green, Maureen Johnson section. I've got 13 Little Blue Envelopes, Paper Towns, Looking for Alaska, Will Grayson, The Fault in Our Stars, and An Abundance of Catherines. This is my Harry Potter section. Of course, here's my books 1 through 7, and then I've got The Cuckoo's Calling and The Casual Vacancy, and then all these books down here are sort of companion Harry Potter novels. This is my paperback copy of The Chamber of Secrets. It's like really beat up and well loved. I have Harry Potter. I have it in a bunch of different languages. So I have, I don't even know. I know I have like a Portuguese one and I have an Italian one. This is just the British version. I've got Tales of Beetle the Bard in both the US and the UK edition. Let's see, this one, I have this one. And then, of course, Harry History by Melissa and Ellie. This little number over here was my table setting at Lauren Fairweather and Matt Mijacomo's wedding, and it is decoupaged with Harry Potter words from a Harry Potter book. The last bit is inside my messy closet, so bear with me here. We're gonna just skip through the mess and go straight to the third bookshelf. So this is my closet. I have a bookshelf back there that has a lot of stuff on it, but the top shelf is more books. This stack over here is books from my childhood. I've got a Babysitter's Club book that I keep on hand for special occasions. I got a UK edition of Goosebumps, Monster Blood. This was one of my favorite books growing up. Tinka Bakes a Cake, I really like that book. I've got The Magic Half? I don't know. These are some like middle grade books that I bought more recently because I was, I'm interested in writing that age range, and so I wanted to see kind of what was popular now. So I have Harold and Purple Crayon, which is of course a picture book. I have Matilda. Oh, actually Jazza, Rhyming with Oranges, sent me that book a long time ago. I have Maniac McGee, The Littles, A Wrinkle in Time, The Books of Elsewhere, Just Ella, that was my copy from when I was younger, Aesop's Fables, and Judy Moody. Those are just books that I have, you know, you never know when you're gonna need it. Up here, this is sort of my overflow book area and books from people that I know on YouTube. Kyle Demore is written by someone who watches my videos. Severed Heads, Broken Hearts was what The Beginning of Everything by Robin Schneider was initially called. She gave me a copy before the name was changed. Bran Hambrick was written by Caleb Nation, and the Endgames were written by T. Michael Martin. Then I've got my manga. So some of this I bought, some of it I inherited from a friend who moved away, but I've got Cardcaptor Sakura, Attack on Titan, Ouran High School Host Club, Kill Me Kiss Me, bunch of Chobits, Death Note, Dot Hack. Really excited to read all of them. So that's it. I have a lot of books. I know I have a lot of books I haven't read, but actually I don't think that my collection is as bad as people probably even assume it is. I've seen some booktubers' bookshelves and it is way worse than mine, or better, depending on how you look at it. So this has been my bookshelf tour. I hope you guys liked it. I know a lot of you have been waiting a really long time for it, so consider this my Christmas gift to you. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you so much for being supportive of everything that I've done this year and all the years before it, and I hope to see you around in the new year and in years to come, and let me know your thoughts about my bookshelf tour. Alright, I'm gonna go because my arms are killing me from carrying this camera around. Alright, bye guys.